Okay, guys, we should be going live.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook.
Round about now. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. Everybody was in a little bit of a rush on getting on. We were a little bit tough pushed. I'll explain everything that's going on why, and I'm sure that you'll understand why we are a little bit pushed for time. But guys, today we're going to go through. We're going to do the usual. So I'm going to chat. And I'm going to tell you everything. Everything that you want to hear, everything that's going to be boring too. I'm going to go through all of that, then I'm going to come across to the guys. John is going to be doing marketing, of course. He's going to cover some marketing, how everything is going on those fronts from a marketing perspective. Also on his marketing course, guys, I can see lots of people are getting engaged in this, and those of you that are getting engaged in it, I know that you're already starting to see some results because some of you are already talking to me and telling me, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, and I can say that I'd say you're very new into it, guys, so to be already getting those type of results so quickly, it just goes to show what a few tweaks to what you're doing with difference that it can actually make. Of course, then I've got both traders. We've got Victor here with us as well. I just looked at your name tag up there and I nearly called you Joseph. But I got Victor up here with Nabil too tonight, guys. Okay, both of them going to show what they're doing in the trading front. Okay, obviously Nabil's the master trader and head of the cryptocurrency side in trading, and Victor is fronting for the forex side of trading too. Okay, both of them are also constantly giving out value. We do have a course as well for trading, so guys, do try and plug into this as much as possible. Okay, so before we do go on, obviously we're going live in my passive trades, I understand that, but I'm going to talk a little bit about everything at the same time. My passive trades, we've seen fantastic growth over the last kind of 5-6 weeks. It's been unbelievable. We've seen a lot of growth kind of coming in as well since the last video that we did, that was about 2.5 weeks ago now. The market, as we know, the market has been very, very nice to us. I will leave it for Nabil to answer a lot of these questions, but lots of people ask me the question, you know, Dan, how does the market affect it? When it's going up, it's very, very good. When it's going down, it's very, very good. It doesn't matter if it's going up. It doesn't matter if it's going down, because we can long it, we can short it. It doesn't matter as long as it's moving, okay? Most important thing is that you can see it's moving. So the more volatility you see, the more we're jumping up and down, the more we can get excited. Okay, so from, you know, the trading aspect of the business is going very, very well, which, like I said, Nabil and Victor will cover. In terms of our actual growth of new members joining, we are very quickly actually approaching the 10,000 members now in my passive trades, which is absolutely phenomenal. We had, I think it was about 1,200 members that we had coming up towards kind of halfway through to about the third week in January. So within a 6-month time frame, that's absolutely, it is mega. Okay, because we're not promoting something that is completely ludicrous that thousands of people are going to naively jump on, guys. Okay, we're promoting something that might look boring to some, okay, and to others it's exciting because it is strong and stable, and it is actually a sustainable system. So for us to be getting that growth is absolutely phenomenal. The most exciting thing that I have to say today is something that's coming tomorrow. Okay, so it is expected, guys. Okay, and when I say it is expected, it is 95% expected, as long as there are no little last second bugs or anything. It's already gone through testing. It's already actually live. The blockchain will go live tomorrow. That is not just a coin, guys. That is the entire blockchain will go live. Proof of stake tokens is something that's going to follow on shortly after. But even from tomorrow, guys, people can start actually building on the blockchain. So immediately tokens can start being built on it, projects can start being built on it. We're going to be doing some tests over the first couple of weeks as well, putting some tokens and different pieces that we're going to be just trying in the background, different types of tokens as well, just kind of testing the abilities too. Proof of stake, as you know, guys, on the actual staking on the actual Eureka coin itself will be open from tomorrow. Okay, now how are we going to make this ample for all of those people at the minute that are holding Eureka token? Very, very simple. Over the next few days, so it will be after the weekend. We are working with the programmers, and the programmers, let's say, working for us on the exchange for Eureka X. Okay, even though it is going to maintain its position in a pre-launch, there will be a market that will be opened up, and that market will be for Eureka token against Eureka coin. This means that you will be able to come along and you will be able to change your Eureka tokens 1 for 1 with Eureka coin without having to send it to us and us having to send it out or anything like that. It will be done within seconds. Then Eureka coin will be in your Eureka X balance. You can withdraw that if you wish to, or you can obviously just hold it in there. Marketing front, I said obviously on the marketing front. So before I do actually, I want to explain the relevance for why I'm kind of covering everything. And it's one of the most important things really for my passive trades. My passive trades, it's a trading system, guys, to a degree. It is backed by trading. Trading creates the profits, of which goes out. And we have a rewards program in my passive trades that returns 125% up to 1.25% daily. Very, very simple. The mother company is Polaris Universal. It's very important to say as well, though, that although our traders absolutely kick ass, and although that we're absolutely storming through it, and they're going to show that anyway, as much as we're absolutely storming through it, it's very important to understand as well that my passive trades is also backed by the development team of its own blockchain. It is also backed by the company of which will be offering the services ongoing for development on our blockchain. It is also backed by its own social media platform, which is called Chatterbox, owned by Polaris Universal. It is also backed by its own cryptocurrency, decentralized and centralized exchanges, Eureka X and Eureka Dex. Okay, so literally, you know, it is a rhino. It is completely and utterly strong would be an understatement. It's like iron, guys. So without further ado, one last thing, and then I'll be quiet for you all and I'll kind of let it go. Yeah, one last thing is marketing front. We've got a number of marketing campaigns that are going to be going live across YouTube. Mainly these are going to be for the actual exchange, but in promoting the exchange, because Eureka coins come free on sign up on the exchange, in promoting one, you're promoting both. Okay, now obviously this brings people under our umbrella, of which then allows us to feed people through to my passive trades as well. Everything is relevant. You don't join one. If you join one, you're going to see the lot. That's how the umbrella works. But yeah, so we've got a lot of marketing campaigns that are going live, mainly for Eureka X as the main one, in promoting, bringing in with free Eureka, which then obviously leads into the umbrella fully. I just ask, if you see these guys, please do try and support it. So we're going to have advertisements. We've already got some advertisements that are starting to run off on Facebook. And if you look at the Eureka page, Eureka X page, it's starting to grow very nicely. YouTube, we've got advertisements going live for, actually doing advertisements direct on Google as well, and Twitter, and a lot of smaller ones on a lot of other ones. Plus, we've actually got some PR stunts coming out as well. we're working with a PR company of whom will be getting our story published in about 12 of the big, well-known news within the crypto industry, 12 of the very big known news channels, okay, including things like Cointelegraph, all of these types of ones. So, and really because we use this one company and they are pretty much a bridge to it, we get it at a very good price as well. Okay, so we can expect things to explode for the exchange, which means that things will explode for Eureka. Okay, which means that well, it means that things were going to explode for my passive trades. It's all very, very relevant, guys. Okay, I hope that you understand the main point that I'm saying. Okay, yes, we're back by trading 100% and everything's nice and cushy. Yes, we've got a nice reserve from trading, but on top of that, we've got all of these additional things as well. My point is that really at the minute, guys, there's no better place to be. And with that, I'm going to go pass it over to Nabil. Nabil's going to give us a brisk through on some exchanges. He's going to show kind of what we got on the exchange. Are you ready, Nabil? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's going to go through. He's going to show what we got. He's going to show the trading history. And then he's going to tell you a lot more technical side. Over to you, buddy.
All right. So, hello, guys. So I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to go to the, okay, I need to share this. Sorry. I needed to think about this early. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you see my, I guess you can. So first I'm going to go to the accounts. Here are our accounts right now, and right now we are in 3 positions where they have the same size in Bitcoin and Ethereum and EOS, right? Yeah, and this is our first account. We have 100K here, and I entered in Ethereum and Bitcoin from here. So this is the size we entered, and here are the trades. I don't know if you can, because it's hidden here. Okay. So yeah, so we can see that I took them 2 days, or 1 day ago or something. Ethereum I entered yesterday, and then this is the trade history. Generally, in those exchanges, they don't put them in a easy way to read. So you can see that the same one is put. So here are when I entered Ethereum, and then when I entered Bitcoin, and I didn't leave yet. I'm gonna go to the chart later and show why we're still in those positions. This is another one of our accounts. We have around 155K here, and I entered in EOS with this one, and yeah, we can see that I have most of it in USDT here. So in Poloniex, everything, all the 100K is in assets. In this one around 30K or something, 35 or 40K is in EOS, and I'm touching this with my cursor, and it's making it. Sorry guys if it looks like okay. I'm just gonna take this here, and all right. So this is the trade history in Binance. As you can see, EOS I added to it today, and yes, and yeah, no, this is still the 4th. So they put the same order in many orders. So you can see that we've been entering EOS, and when I put in the signals channel, when I put a price, it's generally the average price once I enter with everything, because I generally enter in few levels because we never know what's exactly the bottom. Okay, this is Kraken. This is always doesn't give us much time. Okay, I need to again do the same thing. Oh wait, I don't know what I did exactly. Okay, I need to enter again. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna share back. So this is our account in Kraken, and we have here everything in USD, 162, and I don't have any positions here. And in Bittrex we have 17K here, so the total is around 55 or 50, 50, 50, 50, 515 or something around that. And as Darren was speaking, was explaining earlier, our stand-in is, our economic stand-in is perfectly well, and our financial liabilities are very easy for us, and we're building reserves, and things are going great. So I'm just gonna go to the chart to explain why we entered these last positions. So last time when we were talking, we were here. Last time in the last live, I talked about this one and how I'm expecting this trend line to respect it. So basically, things didn't change, and we're still above this trend line. And as long as I'm above this, I'm gonna keep looking for longs. We entered here around 10,900 or something. Once the 4-hour chart turned bullish, it was bearish here, and then we have like a higher high. We created the first higher high, and then I entered in this consolidation because the volume was looking well, and I entered in these places, and that's our position so far in Bitcoin. We expect it to probably create a lower high from 13,886, but we're gonna sell a little here and then see what it's gonna do in this position. Maybe it's gonna retrace here, but clearly it's not gonna go out from this consolidation area until like 3 days or 4 days, maybe by Monday or something. So as long as we're above this trend line, I'm in. So we're in since here, and we're gonna see where it's gonna go from there. Because even if it retraces, there's a good support here from this resistance that became support, and then the support that's here, and the trend line that's been respected since I think April or something. So that's why we're in Bitcoin, and the others I entered because they've been beaten up. The alts didn't do very well recently, but that means that once they're gonna change their trend against BTC, things are going to look great. And I saw Ethereum entering this support area here, where in the daily chart and in the weekly chart we're almost oversold with an area that's been visited many times. This looks like a descending triangle, so there is a probability that it's more likely that it's going to go down, but still we can see a little holding that level before coming down, and I'm entering for a few days, so I can play with that. This is clearly a support area that might be respected, so that's one of the reasons why I'm looking at Ethereum. So I entered around here. Once in this 1-hour chart, I saw this basin and the price basin around this level, so I entered around here, and we're still there. Basically, we didn't go up much, but the fact that Bitcoin is still so bullish makes me believe that the alts can jump at any moment, and the fact that these alts are beaten up like this against Bitcoin means that once we break this trend line or change the momentum, we can see a very good season in alts. Just even if for a few days, it's going to be enough profits, and yeah, we're close to oversold condition here, so that's something to keep an eye on. And I entered EOS. EOS doesn't look as good, but the same. We see that they're entering. It's entering a level with enough support. We see that this is the weekly chart, and we entered this in March, and then in December, March 2018 and December 2018. So we see that there is enough support there to pull the trigger. And as I said, because Bitcoin is bullish, I'm looking for alts to do some better moves, because generally the RR is much better and you have more rewards once you catch one of those big moves in the alts. Maybe because, or probably more likely because of the lack of volume in the alts compared to Bitcoin, but that's good for us traders, because the more the move is big, the more we're happy. And in EOS too, there is a trend line that's been respected for a while now, and that's why I'm still in. It's once you get in, once the hard stuff was here. Once Bitcoin was around 4,000, 3,000 in February, and changing the weekly chart generally I think in every chart I saw. But even if I want to be generous, I would say like over 80% chance that always when the weekly chart turns bullish, it's a big event, and we were expecting. This is the first time since the all-time highs that the weekly chart turned bullish. It happened at around 4,200, and since then the price was doing well as expected. I expected a little retracement, of course, in 6K and then 10K, but I knew how Bitcoin can be crazy, so I'm not really that surprised that the price is still going up. After breaking this one at around 11,400, 500. No, let me see clearly. Okay, so 11,700. We don't have much resistance on the upside. We're too extended, but we still don't have much resistance. I expect we can see like a flush to the upside as a final weekly candle before we see the weekly consolidation, which might take us, which when it's gonna start, we can go to the monthly and look for a higher low on the monthly, because we've been too extended. The weekly chart, we can see that we just created a in process higher low, and yeah, if we create another candle and it goes up, creates a higher high, this is gonna mean that this is gonna be our new level that we're gonna keep an eye on, and once it breaks, we're definitely out, because the weekly chart is our friend, and if it's bullish, we're more aggressive. If it's bearish, we're either less aggressive or looking for bounces, and yeah, but for now, so you go with it as long as it's working, and then at some point when every candle is giving us more information, and once we see red flags, we see that the 4 hour, which is generally my first time frame that I based my quick decisions on, and it's still bullish. We have a higher high and higher low, so there is no reason to leave. This is about it. I'm gonna just keep it short here and then maybe move it to Victor to show you the Forex parts. And things are doing great. The financial standing is amazing. We have amazing products, and we have the Eureka coin, which is coming tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I'll pass it to you, Victor, Joseph, Victor, or I think he's not there.
Yeah.
Are you there, Joseph?
I'm here, but I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You know what I'm not saying. Hello.
Right.
All right. Hello, guys. You guys have been seeing me almost every day on Facebook, so I'm not going to be doing much of talks today. I'm just going to go straight to showing what is what history here in the Forex part. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. You know, like Nabil said, if you know what you're doing with trading, you don't really need to stress yourself much when you know what the market is saying. Like we're currently seeing with Bitcoin, the whole segment now is bullish, and I'm enjoying it too. I can see that Nabil is really making good moves with it. So I'm going to go onto my screen right away. You know, yeah, this one of the accounts here. So I'm using my phone, so you just bear with me today. I think on the next hangout, I'm going to be used to using the laptop, the system, you know. So on this one, we have a profit at over 12,000 US dollars. You can see that this is a profit on a loss side. So this account was opened around the March period. So I'm just going to scroll. So you see history. You see that we've done a lot of trades on this account around March. So currently we are above 12K in profit on this one. And let me quickly show you the balance. You know, the balance here. We're having let's see, got the balance there. And currently the equity is 46,915.27, and that's because we have some open trades on that's currently running. Total balance here is 29,557.91 US dollars on this one. So I'm really going to jump to the next account, which is this one. Can we see? Yeah, this one was opened recently, not too long ago, I think last month. You can see the profit and loss there, above 2K in profit on this one. You can see trades going on. Let me show you some history. I'm always there on Facebook. You can message me if you really want to know more, because I'm very active on online. So you go, let me show you the balance on this. Yeah. There's a balance on this one. We have a 22,000 USD here, and equity a little bit below 19K because we still have some open trades on this. So basically, that'll be it at my side here for now. Maybe on the next hangout, I can go on details with the charts and the rates. Yeah, over to you there, Nabil. What's you, Nabil?
Things are looking great. Yeah, we saw the two accounts and amazing.
Right, guys. Victor, thank you. So yeah, just to summarize, Victor, you had, I think you just showed, what was it, like 70 to 80K, I think, between your two accounts. The bill, I lose count. But yeah, guys, I know for a fact that we've only actually got about 65, 68. It's about 65 to 70% of the most of our funds actually in the exchanges as well at the minute. Obviously, we do use cold storage wallets. We're never trading 100% of the funds at any given time. That's basic risk management. You just wouldn't do it. Yeah, whilst we're not using the funds, guys, we ain't keeping them on the exchange. You know, common sense, really. But yeah, we use cold storage. If we ain't using it, guys, and it you know, it's just going away. A lot of the time that's held in Bitcoin too. So whilst we're riding waves like this, it's still gaining us in the background. You know, it's still work free. Right. I'm going to go on to John. John is going to cover some marketing, different. Would you believe it? I'm actually losing my words. I suffer terribly from hay fever, and I don't know anybody who lives in the UK you might understand at the minute, but like obviously the heat's been terrible. Well, it's been brilliant for the last few days. But also with that comes an awful lot of pollen, which is probably why if you see if my eyes are watering or if I look like I'm about to go and cry, I ain't crying, guys, right? I just hay fever kicking in. Right, John, over to you, buddy.
Good evening, Darren. Good evening, Victor. Good evening, Nabil. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I mean, thanks for your input there, guys, on the trading front. Fantastic. Just shows you all the bits and pieces going on behind the scenes. As you know, guys, I'm the sort of marketing lead for Polaris, so I sort of touch many areas on most days, and through Twitter campaigns, Facebook campaigns, and just general sort of bringing people's attention to some of the fantastic products that we've got. At this very moment in time, we, about 3 weeks ago, launched or relaunched the Polaris Marketing Training, which is a Facebook group that basically, you know, is an opportunity for someone who's serious about making a difference in their lives within the sort of Polaris range of products, and taking guidance, you know, sticking to a plan, being consistent. It's pretty sort of sedentary in a way. There's no sort of massive results overnight. It just takes time, takes patience, takes belief. So what I've done is basically put together a series of modules. And for those of you that are in the group, you can understand that we've just completed sort of the first module, which was 6 basic tasks. And the only way I can liken that is to, you know, training for a marathon. You know, if you've never run before, you've got to think about running, make that first step, go 5 yards. The next day, go 10 yards and build it up like that. As we're doing that, is to show you a couple of the tricks of the trade, let's say, because what myself and Darren and Lydia see on a daily basis is that people do work exceptionally hard on Facebook, for example, and really they don't really get the most value out of their efforts. So what I've tried to do is peel it back to the basics and bring a sense of strength to a platform that if you adopt that, over time, it will pay dividends in many, many ways, not just on Facebook, but in the other social media platforms that we'll be advertising and marketing upon as well. Eventually, you know, our goal is to get everybody on camera and use video marketing as the most prolific, the most cost effective, the most or the best way of putting yourself out there. But I think before we get to that point, if we can teach people some of the very salient points about marketing, how to do it, the belief system. I've got a little series coming up now. My second module is going to be talking about, Elliott wave theory. You guys know that from the investment front. Nudge theory, reflective self theory, goal setting, all those little building blocks that you will build in your portfolio, so that when you get to a point and you look back over a month or two, you won't believe how much you've come and what distance you've covered as well. Already, since we've been going, I've been getting comments every day from guys from in the group. They're starting to see results in their Facebook group. They're starting to get inquiries where they never had them before. One or two have had videos, bits and pieces, be picked up again from ages ago. We're helping people create digital footprints. We're helping people being subconscious about what they're doing, but also conscious about other things that they're doing as well. So it's a big learning curve. But trust me, if I'm an example of this, then I can't speak more highly than that, really, because Darren, Lydia, Debbie, all the guys that have been involved in this type of thing have shown the success that they've built over time. And that's the key here. There's no little one thing that you can do that is going to give you a massive result tomorrow. That massive result will come from a series of little building blocks, little changes every day, over time will give you that amplified result. So come along to the group. I'm more than happy to, hold your hand through the various tasks that we do. And for those of you that are participating, thank you for your comments and your kind words as well. It's starting to work really effectively. I learned from the master, Darren, and basically, I know he's going to throw a bit of light on this as well, but yeah, come on over, get involved, and trust me, in 3-6 months' time, you will not look back. I used to be that guy sitting on the sidelines, looking at other people being successful, saying to myself, how the hell do they do that? I will never be able to do that. But then there was a turning point and the light came on and I have not looked back since. So if I can impart that bit of advice upon you all, then please take it because it's free. And the whole course is free, by the way. So it's going to be a long, long haul on the course, but trust me, when we get there, everybody's going to be very, very pleased with it. So thank you again for your time, guys, and speak to you soon.
Thank you, John. Brilliant as always. John, just confirm for me that day that you done your first video, I think now was about 2 years ago today, just over.
Yeah, April 24th. How it came about was the night before that, I watched a hangout. And I used to watch these hangouts thinking, I'll never, ever be on one of these hangouts, ever, ever. And I was just watching yourself, and it was Eddie Harrison at the time. And the very, very next day, I said, right, I've had enough of this now. I want to be somebody that will be looked at, let's say, sought after in terms of advice even. If I've got something to say or a product to offer, they're going to be of interest and they're going to attract them. So I made this very one video the very next day. I can always remember it was in a retail park in Cardiff. I had my white coat on, and I said, "Let's press the button." And I have not looked back. And from that day to this, I've done probably over 180 videos of some description or other. Easily.
Yeah, I think you've done nearly 180 videos since Christmas. But guys, he's right. If you're looking at this, and I understand that for some marketing, you just have no interest in marketing at all. And if that's your option, then that's absolutely fine. I'll touch on it a little bit myself, and I'll say, obviously, most of you know if you know me already, but I was in the armed forces before, and I left the armed forces. And when I left the armed forces, like most people that leave the armed forces, the opportunities on the outside were not quite as what's promised to you. And you come outside and we've fell on hard times. And I'll be honest and say that I started in network marketing with next to nothing, guys, and it turned my life around. That kind of gave me that lifeline start building up. And then I found online, and I've done very, very well in network marketing, and I wanted to push that along to the online world. For me, having started in network marketing to then coming online, I already had, let's say, a level of expectation of my own results. But the time difference in how quickly and how easier it is to achieve it online is astronomical in comparison to doing it through a network marketing route. The fact that you can do a video and have thousands of people around the world that you've never met, a lot of them you've never met, you know, a large portion of them you've probably never even spoken to. You've probably never, in any way, your paths have probably never crossed. Yet the minute that they watch you doing that video, whether they watch you doing that on YouTube, whether they watch you doing that on YouTube, whether they watch you doing that on, whether they catch you on Google, whether they see you on Facebook doing a video, the minute that they catch that, they get a part of you as well. And when they do that, as long as you just keep being you, as soon as they do that, they follow. They get to know you, they get to see you, they get to know the person behind the product as well. Products sell, but people buy from people. Now, if you put those two things together, okay, and if you are yourself, and it's not hard. You see me in half of my videos, and I'm sure you can probably tell by now, I don't practice these. I just press the start button and I'm just myself. You know, I don't try and do nothing special, I'm just myself, which in its own way is something special, I guess. But I got everybody laughing at me now. Right, no, guys, seriously, like all you got to do is just hit that button and start. I can tell you it changed my life. I can tell you there's lots of different panel members that you're going to have coming on here that do the same. John, I know, is definitely a testament to that. Victor, I know, is a testament to that too. Getting Nabil to come on and do a video took ages, but I got him there as well.
But I mean, like I've been using the power of internet just like how you've been doing, guys. Like even me and Victor once, like if we were like in the 70s or 80s, we needed now to be in Frankfurt or Wall Street or Hong Kong, like sell, buy now. But now it's here, people are close together, and this is the world that we are in right now. And if people want to take advantage of it, they're gonna do a lot of great things. And we're gonna have Eureka Coin as well, because like basically once the internet took over the world, like we know that the next step is gonna be like everything, programming, economics, everything is gonna be on top of a blockchain, because decentralization is what internet has been bringing since day one, but it wasn't actually decentralizing servers. This is a new idea, and Eureka hopefully is gonna be the bit. But yeah, it's like one story from the beginning to the end, and we're taking advantage of all that.
All right. There we go. Nabil, pretty much what we worked out is that Nabil's just got Wall Street, he's just removed it, and he's just gone and put it where he is now, okay? All right, but no, guys, on a serious note, now I'm going to open it up for questions. Any questions that any of you have, feel free to ask them now whilst we are all live. You can direct it at any one of us in particular if you wish to as well. And we are more than happy to go through and answer any questions that you do. What I was just saying, to just summarize what I was just saying before, obviously I was saying about everybody coming through. If you're struggling, if you really want to do it, but you're struggling to be able to do it, if you want someone to give you that kick up the arse that we all need sometimes, and I'm going to put it like that, I will help you. I will get you across that line to actually get you doing it, okay? In these instances, your worst enemy is yourself in your own mind. I will help you open your mind and get over that line to actually get started and get those going, because the minute that you start, it's a bug. The minute that you start, you won't want to stop. You start seeing those results, and then all you want to do is see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. When can we buy MPT stocks? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're going back to we're going back to Wall Street here. Okay. You lost me for a second. Right. Okay. So when can you buy MPT stocks? Nabil, I'm sure that he's already got it listed up. No. Okay.
Well, basically, like we are doing it like the next generation. Our like business is gonna be online, and our Eureka coin is gonna be the thing that has a price that people can buy and sell, which is connected to this whole thing. But yeah, like the additional stock exchange, yeah, maybe at some point, but we need to turn it public and all that, and probably. But yeah, I
Well,
think that
actually,
was his question. Like, when the company is gonna go public? Maybe that was his
one
question.
day. Right, Matt Feast, is there any marketing material? Yes, there is quite a lot that we do put in the group. Matt, we have a lot of marketing material actually being made at the minute as well by actual graphics designers, etc., etc. So bear with us on that, but it is coming out. What provisions have you made in case something happens to any of the leaders of Polaris My Passive Trades? Craig, very, very good question, very sensible question. The answer to it, again, is a very simple one. First and foremost, we have multiple team members. We've got multiple programmers. Obviously, you see we've got 2 traders, and they're just the fronts of it as well. They're just the leaders of it, so to speak. There's myself, obviously you've got Lily, you've got John. Guys, there are so many of us that if something happened to one, it ain't, to be quite honest with you, it isn't going to make a massive difference, to be quite honest. Yes, obviously, that we never ever want to see it happen, but we have the strength in the team that we would get through it. When can we buy Eureka coins on exchange? Carl, you can buy Eureka coins on the exchange, hopefully over the next few days. As I add that Eureka token to Eureka coin market, at the same time, we will probably open BTC as a deposit mode, only for the purpose of purchasing Eureka. Where is the buy Eureka button on the exchange? Exactly like I just said, we'll be adding that. It's not there at the minute. Obviously, it's in pre-launch, guys, so we haven't opened trading. But I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to buy Eureka, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, keep hitting us with your questions. That's what we're here for. Sorry guys, I got to keep jumping back and forth. Make sure everything's going okay here, and at the same time, I'm trying to keep up with everything that's coming in on Facebook. All of those questions over there as well. Kanji, hello buddy. Right, I guess that what rewards will be for staking? All right, here we go. We've got some coming. What rewards will we get for staking? It is a very, very, very small reward for staking in terms of the reward per block. The reason for this is because the concept of Eureka is for it to actually be a deflationary currency. So it will actually be lowering supply as more time goes on, as it's increasing. However, you do get a share of 90% of all of the trading fees as well. So of all of the transaction fees as well of that block, all go out to the stakers, and the remaining is 10%, which is the remaining is actually burnt out of circulation. So you see that on every single block that is done, as long as there's a transaction, Eureka is actually burnt out of circulation. Anything we should avoid when marketing, apart from the obvious, any disclaimer? If you can put a disclaimer, then that's great. It's a very good way to protect yourself too. Is it required? Does it make a big difference? Not particularly, guys, to be quite honest. However, I would suggest putting one. Other than that, the only thing that I would really say to avoid when marketing, to be honest, is actually putting your link up. Like, don't put your link up, because then you want to get engagement, you want to get people to talk to you. Is the maximum 50K to join? No, there is no maximum to join, Jarika. Absolutely not. There's no need for a maximum. We're sustainable now. We're growing. We're proving the business model now. There's absolutely no need for us to cap it. Kindly scroll up a bit for my question. Raymond, put your question again, because I'm following this and they're disappearing as quick as they're coming up. Can you please explain what's happened when a person has 2 accounts on MPT? Mario, when a person has 2 accounts on MPT, it's not a great big problem. For now, nothing will change for anybody that has it now. The thing that we are saying is that we are reviewing it. If we do decide to change that, then ongoing new accounts from that point forward, you'll only be allowed one or two per IP address. Do we have to hold Eureka coins to get trading fee rewards? 50% of all profits from Polaris Universal actually go to buyback and burn on the Eureka coin. So yes, in that term, it is beneficial. However, you do not need to hold Eureka coins to get back trading fee rewards, i.e. referral commission within the Eureka X referral compensation team. Right, I never blast my link. Fantastic, John. Never ever use your link. I always follow up that in private, in personal messenger. What made you start this platform? The sheer lack of anything else out there that was actually sustainable, transparent, that had known owners. I was looking myself. I am a marketer. John's a marketer. We were looking. There was nothing external that we could actually go in and market. We wanted to add a passive income stream to the company. We were looking at getting involved and looking externally to bring one in that we could promote. We couldn't find anything that looked trustworthy. We couldn't find anything that had transparent owners. We couldn't find anything that looked sustainable, that wasn't offering 1.5%, 2%, 3%, 10% per day, ridiculous 150, 250% returns. So we built something that was actually sustainable, that's built to last, and obviously I hope you can see that we are very, very transparent. That's the reason why. When Eureka X will launch, probably about 4 or 5 weeks will be the full launch. Will it be possible in the future to deposit or withdraw with like Nutella or Skrill? Never. The reason for that, Mario, is that because those fees, Nutella, Skrill, it costs like 3-4% per transaction. So as that's coming to us, we need to charge you that. There's no point. It's not beneficial. I've seen someone actually commenting recently regarding about the fees to move from your bank into BTC. What I would suggest to that maybe is actually I would use local Bitcoins personally. However, I'm not giving that as a complete recommendation. It is a good one to use. However, if you're doing it directly from your bank, buying it, yes, it does. For us, though, a large part of our market are already in this industry, already holding Bitcoin, already know what it is. So it's not good, particularly on either side, but it's better on that side. Do you predict that this will be running in the next 5 years? I predict that it's definitely strong enough in order to be able to do so, yes. Like we've said on this one tonight as well, our asset management is incredible. What we hold asset-wise over any liabilities is absolutely incredible. And like I said, we were just on the verge of adding more multiple income streams to that too. So yes, absolutely, I don't see any problem. Greetings. Also, can you touch on the strength of allowing us to advertise competition on MPT site? I think that always has a lot about strength of the company. Can you also touch on the strength of allowing us to advertise competition on the MPT site? Okay, so I think that you mean like other companies, things like that. Absolutely, you can advertise other companies on My Passive Tracing. My Passive Tracing itself is actually an advertising center where you can do banner ads, text ads, login ads. Every single time someone logs in, they need to see your advert. Okay, so yeah, it is not only is it a place that obviously you're here for the rewards program where you can earn money, you can earn a lot of money, but also it's massively about you can drive masses and masses of traffic to your website. Oops, my bad, you just answered my question. No, that's good. Okay, anybody got any more questions? Sorry guys, I hope you understand I'm doing this on quick time tomorrow. That's a huge statement of strength, absolutely. It is a huge statement of strength. We have a product with an actual use case as well, which is massively more than what most out there do. I'm just glad to join us, Tarika. We're glad to have you. Do you have to do KYC to use Eureka X, or is it just for free coins? It's just for free coins. You do need to do KYC if your trading volume is going to be above $20,000 per day. Currently, that's what we have been advised by the legal boffins. If you want to do more than 20,000 per day, then yes, because obviously then you start touching into anti-money laundering laws, etc., etc. Difference between regulation and anti-money laundering laws. Anti-money laundering laws is something that everybody has to follow, even if you don't quite like it. Are you a government clone? Absolutely not. However, I do feel like I'm answering questions extremely quickly and a bit like a robot, so maybe I'm part of the English Prime Ministry. Who knows? But no. No, it's almost quite insulting, John. I never want to be part of a government. Can we hope Eureka price $1 by end of year? Yes, I've always said that is my personal target. I personally think, for me personally, my target is kind of by the end of January is what I said, because that would be about that would be the full 6 months of it from the launch. Is that 6-7 months? Yes, I say 6 months. 6 months from the point of the blockchain launching, the exchange launching, kind of everything kind of already being out there and on its roll. Absolutely, I see $1 being very, very possible. Guys, it's a community thing as well, guys. You can go and promote. You can make a promotion for the first 100 projects that want to actually come on the blockchain as well. We will do all of the technical stuff for free. So we will actually create then their token for free. They can get a guaranteed listing on Eureka X for just the development price cost. So just what it costs us to actually get listed on there as well. Very, very cheap. Okay. And remember, Eureka X in itself is, from day one, it's going to be a mammoth. It's about to get lit. Yes. Sorry, my eyes not so good. Yeah, absolutely. Everything is literally just about to start. We are just on the beginning. Can we have when ad packs expire on MPT sites so we know how long is left? If you actually go into packs, you can actually go on my packs, and it already does show you the amount that's already been paid on the pack. So if you do that, you can kind of see for yourself very, very quickly as to how much they're actually due left to get. Okay, I'm going to leave this we will do another 4 minutes at the absolute most, because I have got to speak to programmers who are going to be waking up very, very shortly in order to confirm and make sure everything's done for tomorrow. Hello, Ali, hope you're well. Anyway, let's go back for a second. The question about the government question, the answer is no, but I think if I was, I think I could do a damn sight better job. The way it's coming to reality. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that from all of our side, actually within the development team and everything, as you know, obviously we had a bit of a crypto winter from I think everything in the crypto space kind of got put back quite a lot through that. But for all of this development work, it is a lot of work that's gone in for all of this to be possible. A ridiculous amount of work that's gone in for all of this to be possible over what really has been such a short amount of time, to be able to come out with something so powerful. And a massive thank you to all of the members. You are all absolutely fantastic. Every single time I go in that Facebook group, all I see is all I see, to be honest, is members actually helping out and answering other members' questions before the admin team have even had a second chance to be able to get there to help, which is absolutely incredible. Daily profit changing anytime soon? No, we're keeping it for the 1% at the minute. We are maintaining that. Obviously, as we are building quicker and we're taking in more capital, it means that we do need to be making more profits on the side, or the same amount of profits, but we need to allow that time frame difference in order to be able to make the profits from the capital coming in on top of everything else as well, to maintain our very, very, very strong reserve, which is currently around about, it's slightly down from what it was last time. Actually, it was 38%, I believe, last time. Now it's about 36 to 37. However, like I said, that's because we had a very big week for funding. When you do that, that extra money comes in, of course, so then you need time really for that to produce the profits, of which then bumps it back up. All works in a very relative way around about it. But yeah, nothing to worry about. But 1%, to be honest, it's working beautifully at 1%. If we go into a complete parabolic bull run, obviously soon, which we do kind of to a degree foresee happening, then of course, yeah, then it would be absolutely ludicrous not to. But for now, guys, it's running nice and steady. We don't see any reasons to need to change it. So yeah, we're good. Actual investors, Rafa, actual, I mean, I don't like that word. We have had we got approximately, I think it's about 2,400 people that have purchased in the system. So yeah. Okay. Out of every time you do this, I end up making another deposit. Good. No, guys, you deposit at your own free will. You deposit as to how you feel comfortable. You should never let anybody kind of tell you what to do and in which order to do it. You do it as to how you feel comfortable. That's where it should work. From when can we stake? You can get stake and reward as soon as the blockchain is launched publicly. All instructions will be given that for you. You will be able to stake pretty much immediately. My goal is $200 a day. That's a fantastic goal, and for many, I'm sure that would be a life-changing amount of income. Jericho, all I say is, if you ain't doing it already, then jump on and get involved in that marketing course. Okay, guys, that's it. I am going to say goodbye to everybody for now. I'm sorry. Everybody on the panel have been kind of waiting for me there as well. I didn't quite imagine there to be so many questions coming through so quickly. It is fantastic to see, because it means that you're all actually listening to us. But guys, that's it from me. If anybody got anything last to say, then please do carry on. Other than that, I wish everybody a fantastic weekend. And we will be doing a meetup in England actually over the next few weeks, most definitely. Details of that will follow. Other than that, guys, we love you all and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Guys, does anybody want to say any last few words? If not,
thanks for watching, guys. Been as always a pleasure.
All right.
Cheers.
Everybody, we love you. We'll see you all soon. All right, goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.